morning, English language learners. I am Arham and today we'll be looking at some good words for the word good. In the last lesson that we had, we looked at quite a lot of words for quite a lot of synonyms for the word bad. So we thought to switch it up today and do exactly the opposite and look at some words which are good vocabulary words or good synonyms for the word good. Similar to why we needed to look at the large variety of bad words, we are going to be looking at the same variety of good words, right? Again, it adds to clarity in your speech, it adds to being specific in the way you are conversing and what you wish to communicate. It also shows that you have good power of speech, good command on your words, on your thoughts. Okay, at this point it is advisable that you download and print your worksheet so that you have it in front of you and you can work with me through the words that we will be looking at. So all that we will be doing in this video is looking at half of the words, looking at their meanings, exploring a little bit of their usage, and in the second part of this series we will be looking at the latter part of the words. So let's begin. So to begin with, what I will be looking at is some of the easier vocabulary synonyms that you may already be familiar with. For example, instead of saying something is good, you could say something is superior. When you say that something is superior, then it is more clear that you mean that it is better than something else. Whereas if you just say good, you would not instantly be aware that you are comparing it with anything at all. Something that is, however, the best is something that is superlative. Big, bigger, biggest. These are comparisons. And the est, biggest, biggest is the superlative form. So something that is superior, something that is average, and something that is absolutely superlative. Also, you could say it is first class. So in England, the way they give out degrees or the way they mark things, they usually have slightly different criteria than an A, B, C, D. So they call it a first class degree. And then below that is your second class degree, which is also known as a 2-1. Then you have a second class lower division, which is a 2-2. And then you have a fail. So first class is absolutely the best possible. Okay, if something, however, is just up to par. Par means level. So up to the level is something that is good, good enough, or is not maybe superlative, it's not maybe spiffing. Spiffing is slightly an informal word. Absolutely splendid or absolutely amazing, it would be up to the level, up to par. Even someone who maybe you could call competent, if you want to say that he's a good worker, you could say he's competent, he's a competent worker, he's a competent child. So a competent child would perhaps be in the A grade level, A grade strata, but maybe you're not expecting from him to be the most exceptional student. Maybe I could even say that a competent child is in the B grade level of classification of grades. So, competent, up to par, these are more average terms for good, and they have their utility as well. Okay, if I want to say someone is good, so he could be moral, meaning he could be moral and ethical, he follows good values, he knows what the difference between right and wrong, he's discerning in that sense, so he is good. If someone is friendly or someone is kind, compassionate, you have words like amiable, which means friendly, you have generous, we have magnanimous, meaning think about magnanimous from the word magna. Magna means big, magnify, big. So a big heart. Benevolent. Benevolent comes from the prefix bene. So bene means good. So someone who is good, someone who is kind, someone who is caring is gracious, benevolent, amiable. Another word, for example, if you want to say someone is very open-hearted and generously spends, or just is a very generous soul, you could call him altruistic or philanthropic. Altruistic or philanthropy, altruism or philanthropy is basically when people are humanitarians and they want to give back to society in the form of their service, in the form of a resource, in the form of money. So you could also call someone altruistic. Okay, then we have a classification of words, which means that something is favorable or something is more lucky. Something has a good sign or positive aspect to it. It has a good omen over it, a good aura over it. Those are words like propitious, felicitous, advantageous, favorable. So you may have heard of Felix Felicitas. This was in Harry Potter 6, I think. That Harry Potter had this lucky potion, this liquid luck that they called it, and it was called Felix Felicitas. So Felicitas is, again, it comes from the word felicity or felicitations. These are words which again just show that something is more positive, or perhaps would be positive. I'll show you how to use it. It was clearly a very felicitous day because after many weeks of rain, there was finally sunshine. So we could look at it like that, or we could look at it even auspicious means similar. Auspicious means holy or noble, or just a very blessed moment. So you may give someone auspicious news or auspicious tidings. He was given auspicious tidings of having. He was given the auspicious tidings that he was going to be a father. So that is a possible also usage of the word auspicious. Propitious, you could say that it was propitious for him to have not woken up on time and missed his flight because the flight crashed or the aircraft crashed. Alright, so in your exercise, in your worksheet, you have a couple of exercises today. One of them is that you look through the top word bank given, and you would need to find you would need to identify a synonym of good that you like and make a sentence for it. So this would be over the 2 classes because all the words are given on top. Okay, another thing is that you are also given an exercise to classify the good words, the good synonyms into certain categories, and the categories are place, person, thing and food. So whatever relates to whatever category, you can fit it in, and you would need to look at your word bank to pick up the words and then classify them as so. So that is one. We also have another exercise where you are given 2 blanks and you need to fill in with the best 2 words that you can find for the noun that is given. So for example, a festive, joyous occasion. So that's just an example, but you could have any other words that are appropriate. I will look forward to seeing you in the next session where we will be looking at some other words for good, the other synonyms for good. I hope that you will enjoy looking at these words and using them in your vernacular. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.